You may recall that we discussed three dimensions of ethics: meta-ethics, the study of ethics itself; formative ethics, which determines how to conduct behavior; and applied ethics. Applied ethics is concerned with the practical application of ethics in specific fields. This moves ethics from theory into practice. An ethicist is someone who applies ethics to real-world scenarios. There are many fields or domains that ethics can be applied to. Any facet of life, whether personal or professional, is subject to applied ethics. We'll go over some of the major domains in this lesson. Before we do, let's talk about a structure for applying ethics. Applied ethics does not exist in isolation. It is influenced by theories of normative ethics like deontology, utilitarianism, and virtue ethics. So, applying ethics involves applying normative frameworks to real-world situations. Normative ethics, also known as normative theory or moral theory, intends to find out which actions are right and wrong, or which character traits are good and bad. Theories sometimes conflict with real-world circumstances. For example, action on the one hand, which actions are right, and virtue on the other hand, which is morally good. Applied ethics takes more into account than just theories. They must also take into account the context they are applied to, like the type of technology or industry. You cannot build an ethical framework around one field and expect it to also work perfectly with a different field. A field that is highly collaborative may have different needs and ethical considerations than a field with limited public input, such as chemistry. So applied ethic domains are tuned to their specific use cases, and they determine what ethical issues are most important for that use case. Some moral questions might be more applicable to one field than another. For example, some research work requires research ethics approval if it engages the public, and some moral judgments might be more applicable to one field than another. Ultimately, applied ethics is about implementing and assessing moral judgments made in the real world. It's one of the most pressing concerns for an ethicist working with emerging technologies.